Free and fair trade. The Cower Project believes everyone should be paid fairly based on the economic fair pay principle. An entity is fairly paid based on what it produces and what it is worth in the marketplace. Almost everyone wants to be paid at least fairly, and some want more even if others are underpaid. We support only fair pay for all, from CEOs at the top to janitors at the bottom. After World War I, people from around the world came here for opportunity. Unskilled labor worked long, hard hours for little pay, while employers got richer and richer. Unskilled workers had nothing to lose by forming labor unions. Unions were able to improve the pay and working conditions for their members. After World War II, we were one of a few countries with manufacturing facilities intact, only needing to be retooled. Many of our CEOs opted to pay dividends, opted against upgrading assets, opted against building new factories, and didn't care about quality. Meanwhile, other countries built new efficient factories. Some built better quality products with more features for a lower price by exploiting unskilled labor. We used import tariffs and quotas to protect our fairly paid workers against exploited foreign labor. About 20 years after World War II ended, we saw increasing numbers of foreign cars that our citizens liked better than ours. Later, we saw free trade agreements and the end of most tariffs and quotas. Many wrongly blame labor unions for our economic woes. Why would anyone believe corporate negotiators with access to all corporate financial records would ever agree to pay even 1 cent more to unskilled workers than they are worth when those managers' bonuses depend on how little they can pay union workers? But if you still believe union workers are overpaid, why wouldn't you blame the company management who agreed to overpay for unskilled union labor? Could the North American Free Trade Agreement be a factor in our trade deficits? Does NAFTA encourage CEOs to maximize the use of exploited foreign labor and minimize the use of unionized, fairly paid workers here? We think so. Products can be built with cheap labor and shipped to the United States without penalty. Paying less than fair wages is exploitation of labor and is 100% wrong. For those who don't care if unskilled labor is underpaid, how do you think NAFTA makes tax cuts more likely for you? NAFTA increases our trade deficits, not decreases them. This leads to higher unemployment, fewer taxpayers, more government expenditures, and bigger budget deficits. We want free and fair trade, but NAFTA is unfair because it benefits those who exploit labor the most. For trade to be free and fair, several issues need to be resolved. They are: all participating countries must import all products from all exporting countries. No quotas, import taxes, or tariffs. All participating countries must encourage their citizens to purchase what is best for themselves and their families without regard to product origins. All parties working to produce products for export must pay all employees from the CEOs at the top to the lowest paid worker at the bottom fair wages and benefits. No currency manipulations allowed. If the rules above are obeyed by a trading partner, we can no longer tell our citizens to buy American. Our project wants free trade to be fair trade. If so and we lose, we better redesign, re-engineer, retool, and market products that can compete. Nothing in the rules above prevent a trading partner from producing trade products using fewer employees as long as those remaining are fairly paid. For trading partners who don't want to participate in free and fair trade, we should go back to import taxes, import quotas, and import tariffs, or cut off all trade with them. When they do play fair, we should play fair with them too. For the last half century, the United States is becoming more and more like a third world country. More recently, NAFTA is accelerating the process. Some third world countries are controlled by a handful of families at the top, have a small middle class, and a huge number of citizens living in poverty. Our country used to be where everyone wanted to come and stay. Now many foreign students earn college degrees here and go home because we no longer have the best opportunities. Why would we want to continue down this path? It isn't right economically, it isn't morally right, and it isn't fair to us. We should be helping third world countries become like us instead of us becoming more like them. Until we correct our economic mistakes and self destructive ways, more and more third world wealthy families will benefit at our expense. Please review our fair taxation, our pension, and our project plan summary videos. Then you will know our project is the best plan for our economic health and vitality.